Welcome back to the Jersey Oddcast with Joseph F. Berenato, Gabriel J. Donio, and me, Gina Rullo. This is where local news meets a little chaos, a lot of commentary, and everything you didn't know you needed to know about South Jersey. We've got council updates, tax talks, bakeries, bingo, snow, Super Bowl chaos, and a community calendar that might actually get you out of the house and trying to avoid some ice. Let's dive right into it. Joe, what happened at the council meeting of Hammonton last week? I know they delayed it a day.
They did delay a day, absolutely. There was actually quite a bit that happened at last week's council meeting, which, as you said, was postponed because of Snowmageddon. I actually didn't attend for the same reason. I was not leaving my house. And the frustrating part is that there was an issue with the live streaming on YouTube and Vimeo, and that didn't start until well past 8 o'clock. The first council meeting in 5 years that I don't attend, and naturally there's an issue.
Wow.
That being said, I did catch the end of it, and the rest is available online, which I did watch. I knew
Way to
you.
stay on. No. We appreciate it, Joe.
I
Way
knew
to
you.
stay on top of things.
That's what I'm saying. I knew you were going to be asking about it. The meeting opened with a presentation for the Hammonton Hawks Pee Wee and JV teams. The Pee Wees won their first Jersey Shore Youth Football League championship title in 28 years, defeating Buna and finishing with a record of 9-1-1. The JV team also had a championship victory over Ventnor with a score of 8-0. After a brief recess, there was a presentation which had been touted for some time and was originally scheduled along with the council meeting on Monday, but was pushed back. This was about Green Acres funding for continued improvements at Hammonton Lake Park. This was part of Green Acres' requirement that applicants vigorously engage the public for comment and input, and follows the online community forum on January 7th and a survey through which 261 people participated. Michael Epifanio, I believe I'm saying his name right, of Triad, said that the town was previously awarded $750,000 for ADA playground equipment, and work will begin on that later this year. This round is asking for funding for other improvements. They're looking for $600,000 from Green Acres for an approximately $1.2 million project. Because Hammonton is what Green Acres considers a standard municipality, they would pay 25% of the funding costs and the town pays 75%. However, because the park is located in a community with, quote, adverse cumulative stressors, which they did not expand upon, the town is eligible for an additional 25%, making this a 50% matching grant. Town engineer James Sia then took over the presentation, illustrating the town's vision, which includes a proposed event center with synthetic turf at, I believe, the Kiwanis Pavilion, an outdoor fitness court, a bocce ball court, a floating ADA kayak launch next to the canoe club, a tot lot playground next to the concession stand, numerous retention basins and swales for stormwater management in compliance with the new Pinelands requirements, and more. Sia said that they're hoping to have the application approved soon. He said next month. I don't know if that means February or if that means March, but soon covers it all. After that, the chair of the 250th Celebration Committee, William H. Parkhurst III, also spoke about preliminary plans for the nation's semi-quincentennial, and I am going to use that word as much as humanly possible this year.
And I will roll my eyes every time that you do.
Yeah, as well you should.
Yeah. These include a display at the Historical Society of Hammonton, a museum, choir music at the Presbyterian Church, participation in Bells Across America at 2 p.m., fireworks, and more. Hammonton Police Chief Kevin Friel also addressed council about a temporary officer hire for the department, Lucas Coya. Councilman J.D. Calderon made a motion to approve the hire, which was seconded by Councilman Ray Scipione, and was approved unanimously by all present. Councilman Anthony Marino was absent. Under his report, Mayor Stephen Fergione announced a work session for members of council on February 9th at 7 p.m. in council chambers. Fergione said that Rob Charlet, Hammonton's chief financial officer, will be going over the 2025 finances and start with a preliminary structure for the 2026 budget, and the session will be open to the public. That was pretty much all the big news. The rest was fairly boilerplate. The only ordinance introduced under his report, Town Solicitor Michael Malinsky introduce an ordinance to update the previous ordinance and lease agreement for the solar array, or proposed solar array at the town dump, to incorporate suggestions and requirements from the Pinelands. The lease did not change, simply some of the language based on what the Pinelands said needed to be in there. That was pretty much the long and the short of it. But again, there was a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
Was there anyone from the public who spoke?
There was one individual who spoke after the presentation, the Green Acres presentation, and he was concerned about prime park space being taken up by the proposed retention basins and swales and so forth. But these were submitted to the Pinelands last year, and as we all remember, 2 years ago or so, the Pinelands really increased their stormwater management regulations for water reclamation and so forth. And I believe there are 8 proposed basins and swales. And what this does is it covers what is currently required, and then also covers if they do continued improvements to the park so that they don't have to add in more retention basins and swales. And the overall plan for where they're putting everything is available on the town's website for everyone to see.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
We also talked last week about the planning board hearing for the warehouse development, or we might have talked about that 2 weeks ago. I believe that has been postponed now. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. I confirmed that with the planning board secretary on Friday. It has been postponed to March 4th.
Okay.
Same place and time.
So yeah, this is Basin Road at the White Horse Pike. Planning board hearing has been postponed. I know there's been some discussion online about it, and I would love to see more people show up and talk about it.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's a big development, and we've talked about it here. People should know that it's a major development, and people should come out and take a look.
Yeah. Always.
Whether you're looking to buy a home in Hammonton or anywhere in South Jersey, or maybe you're looking to relocate your business, we recommend calling the realtor known as Crowley & Carr and Phil Carr.
That's right. If you're looking to buy or sell your home or commercial property in South Jersey, call Phil Carr, owner of Crowley & Carr Real Estate. Crowley & Carr is the best place in town to find the best place in town. Call them at 609-561-0505 or go to Facebook or Instagram.
Thanks, Gabe. I hope this next story gets the rise out of some people. There's some great bakery expansion news coming out of Vineland, correct, Gabe?
Yes, very much, Gina. Breedor, a French firm, is investing and has invested $200 million to expand its Vineland baking site. Breedor is a leading producer, according to reports, of premium bakery products and Viennese pastries sold in more than 100 countries, and they've invested $200 million in a new Viennese pastries line, a new warehouse, research and development center, culinary academy, baking center, and automated bread line. They are Vineland based, and the expansion will double the bakery's production capabilities, and it's part of a multi-billion-dollar investment strategy Breedor has committed to in the United States over the next several years, according to reports. So the Vineland expansion project broke ground in 2024. It included constructing a 51,000 square foot building to house a newly acquired high speed automated Viennese pastry production line, as well as installing a state of the art industrial refrigeration system. So, big things happening in the Vineland area, in Vineland itself. This is a very large investment by this company, $200 million, guys. And it looks like it's also delicious pastries, so you can't go wrong.
The French know how to bake.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. And that is a massive investment. $200 million. My word.
Yeah, if they have a grand opening or anything, I would like to be there. You know what I mean? Maybe, yeah, Gabe, I know you're out because of your celiac, but Joe and I can go.
Yeah, you guys can enjoy the baked goods. And the mayor, Anthony R. Finucci, I will say, he also said that, quoting here, Breedor's continued investment in Vineland is a meaningful win for our community. The expansion brings advanced manufacturing capabilities, supports local jobs, and reinforces Vineland's role as a hub for high quality food production. So it's a big win for Vineland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and they've always historically had these kind of companies there. Wasn't like was Progresso there or something? Wasn't there?
Yes.
Progresso
Once upon-
was Del Monte there? I feel like they were, and go all the way back. But Welch's started
Welch's.
in
Sure.
Vineland.
Obviously, they also know for some great international hubs too, because Burberry used to have their American hub there.
Hmm.
I know this because I once ordered a bag from Burberry and it took 2 weeks to come from Vineland. Very
That's weird.
upsetting. I was like, I can go pick it up. They're like, no, you cannot. I'm like, "Ugh." But yeah, no, another win for Vineland. This is a very positive story for them. I have so many jokes I want to make. This is the very yeast they can do.
Please
We can
don't.
talk, and I just go back to my Great British Bake Off. Think jokes about lamination. I could just the
Yeah,
proof is in the like I have
yeah,
so
you're on a roll.
Oh,
ah.
it continues. Oh my God, you guys are pretty half baked, if you ask me.
Let's stick with our
Ah.
friends in Vineland. There's been some tax relief offered to some businesses.
Yeah, according to reports, Vineland City Council voted 5-0 last week to adopt an ordinance that authorizes separate payment in lieu of taxes agreements or pilot agreements with Data One Vineland LLC and with TN Reserve LLC. As we discussed last week, Data One finished construction of a data center that was approved in 2024. This is located at 3963 South Lincoln Avenue. TN Reserve LLC is Trout National, the reserve, at 1800 Mays Landing Road. This is owned by Mike Trout of baseball fame, as well as developer John Ruga. It's set to open this spring. Under pilot programs, which are common with new development and typically span a 5-year period, property taxes aren't paid for the first full year after completion of the project and the beginning of operation. However, according to reports, regular taxes are paid on the unimproved value of the land itself. And then in the second year, the municipality collects 20% of the normal tax payment, and each year they collect 20% more until the total of 100% is achieved. According to reports, Data One states that the undeveloped property is valued for tax purposes at 5.6 million and change, and the improvements are valued at just over 14 million, for a total value for tax purposes of roughly $19.6 million. For the Trout National Project, the underdeveloped property is about $1.1 million, with approximately 5.7 million in improvements, for a total, according to reports, of almost $8.9 million. So both properties were granted pilots, which again is common. And unfortunately, that is property tax money that doesn't go into the school system. But in 5 years, they'll start to see some revenue from that.
Yeah, that's always the trade-off with these pilots. The county and the school district get left out, and then
Yeah.
that's why they're so attractive to the municipalities that do them because the money goes largely to the lion's share goes to the municipality.
Hmm.
At least like with something like the data center, they're not putting kids in the district, so they're not having a negative impact on the cost to run the schools.
If a developer were to build like 60 new homes, say, and get a pilot for the first 5 years, now you're putting kids in the district and you're not getting any money into the school district. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen, and that was not fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you get it, but it's not always something you like to see. You know what I mean? So I think I could see both sides of this.
Yeah. And,
It's it's
and
common.
yeah, it's very common. This is nothing new for these particular projects. It's a very old story in development.
Yeah. No, I know. If you want to read the fine print on a pilot agreement or anything really, go where we go. Go to Hammonton Family Eye Care.
That's where I get my glasses. That's where you guys get your glasses. And everyone should go to Hammonton Family Eye Care. See Hammonton Family Eye Care for routine and medical eye care for all ages, from glasses to contacts to eye exams and more. Visit Hammonton Family Eye Care at Peachtree Plaza, 80 South Whitehorse Pike in Hammonton. Call 609-567-7479 or go to hammontonfamilyeyecare.com.
So I could not get into my library account last week online, my Libby account. So I couldn't borrow any books, and I'm not going out as much as I want to right now because ice, snow, death, like not happening. So I was like, okay, let me go find my library card, which I had to go figure out which wallet it was in. And anyway, I found it. Called the Atlantic County Library Hammonton, super helpful, got me all set up. Then I tried to get into Hoopla, which is their bigger digital library. Couldn't do that. So I called the Atlantic County Library on Mays Landing. And this is like on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm like, I am such a jerk for doing this. But I really want to borrow a book because I didn't want to spend any money, which I could do from a digital reseller. I just wanted to borrow a book because Gabe's brother John gave me an author to try. I think his name is Matthew Norman. And I want to try the book before I decide to invest in it. So anyway, just want to shout out to the staff. They were great. I'm all set up. I'm in my Hoopla account. I have my Libby account. I have all the books I could want right now. But then it got somehow that looking up the phone number for the Atlantic County Library has now changed my algorithm on TikTok that I am seeing library social media from different libraries across the country.
That's weird.
And they're playing like Go Fish with different authors like James Patterson. Do you have James Patterson wearing sunglasses? Or do you have Nora Roberts outside? Because like all the author photos on the back of the book. It's hysterical. Or like the library social media has got game. Have you seen any of these, Joe?
I haven't seen that particular subset of library social media, but I have. And I think that librarians are probably the last bastion of a true democracy and an informed electorate, and they will lead us all to salvation eventually. No matter what we face, we need to protect librarians at all costs.
Oh my god, I die laughing because they're very funny. It's a
Yeah,
certain level of humor. You have to have that humor in order to get it. But every librarian seems to have the same sense of humor.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
they're
think it's
great.
almost part of the job that you have to. But I give the technology that's available today is great because, again, you didn't have to go to the library. You were able to get the book you wanted online.
Yeah.
Yeah, and despite what John says, I borrowed an audiobook, and that's just as good. That counts as reading the book.
Sure. Okay. If it makes you feel better. I think reading the book is still reading the book. And audiobooks are still listening to the books. But listen, I give you credit for even doing anything with books.
And that may very well. I used to think that way, and that may very well be a question of semantics. The visually impaired, what are they going to do? You're
You're reading the
absorbing the
book.
book. You're
Right.
reading the
You're
book.
absorbing
Yeah,
the book.
yeah.
Point. That's a good point too.
So
Yeah.
then I fell down another rabbit hole this weekend. Have you ever heard of AO3?
I need context.
It's
No.
a place for people to write fan fiction of books that they like.
Okay.
So I finished a series recently, and I was really sad to leave this world. Think like Harry Potter or ACOTAR or Game of Thrones, whatever your thing is. Then like there's these people who then write like the next chapter, or they write. I think that there's like a gap, and here's what really happened in this period. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I now found down this rabbit hole on this website and that's what I've been reading because it's not audiobook.
Well, let me ask you
But
this: are there various levels of quality to that?
oh yeah, there are some that are very well written, like you should be an author written, and some of them are like, did you pass second grade English?
Right.
So that is my new obsession.
Okay.
Fan fiction.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
did
know.
not know it existed, and I'm sure like I'm gonna get roasted for that, but I did not even know it was out there.
I was unaware of AO3. I'm long aware of fan fiction, and I think we're all aware that the 50 Shades series started as Twilight
Fanfic. Yeah.
fiction, fan fiction. So like there's a place for it. And years ago, Amazon actually had contracts with several different franchises where you could write fan fiction, and if it like rose to the level of publication, you could actually have it published, which is wildly divergent from how licensed properties usually work. They haven't had a slush pile, and they haven't looked at unsolicited submissions in decades, but Amazon did. And I say this because I heavily considered for maybe an hour or two trying to avail myself of their Veronica Mars license, but
Oh,
yeah, love
that would
Veronica
have been
Mars.
interesting.
It would have been interesting, but I didn't have a story in mind. But Fan fiction. It's
There's a very
Dante,
cultish
Dante's
character.
Inferno was fan fiction. If we think about it, he
Fair.
inserted himself in
Yeah.
with all. Yeah. So it's a
In a way.
yeah, it's a very old, very storied subset of literature.
There's this very cultish Harry Potter one that takes place like, what if they didn't win? It's very dark. I can't bring myself to read it. I have sent my friends the link to it so they can read it and tell me how depressing it is because we know my rules. I don't read things that are depressing. So yeah, and it's like really long. But now that you could buy a printed out copy and it's like $100 because it's like bound, it's beautiful and all this stuff, and I will not buy it because again, it's sad.
Hmm.
But it's out there, so
It's just
Well, it's
interesting how these things get done and how like what starts as just something as an offshoot then becomes the actual product. It's
yeah,
wild.
yeah, and it's out there until such time as Warner Brothers finds out if it is unlicensed. Then it won't be out there much longer.
it's been out
That's
for a
true.
while.
Yeah.
Speaking of fans going feral, there's been a rabid animal found in Mullica, which of course that's your story, Joe, to share with us.
I swear, a guy gets rabies shots one time.
If there's a drowning or if
Yeah.
there's rabies, it's going to
Yeah.
be about Joe.
Yeah. If it's something about swimming or something about getting some sort of rabid animal,
This is why I stay out of the woods entirely. And because
wisely.
I might trip and drown in a stream. I might get bitten by a bat on the way there. Or can fish get rabies? Because that would be my luck.
We
Anyway,
might find a cow there and some magic beans.
everybody gets on that. But those magic beans were actually magic. I'm just saying. Jack made a good deal.
He
Maybe
did.
maybe for another time you can write some fan fiction about it. But in the meantime, what's
In the
with the
mean-
raccoon?
In the meantime, on January 29th, Atlantic County announced that it has its first confirmed case of rabies for the year, found in a raccoon from the 2100 block of 7th Avenue in Mullica Township. According to the county, a homeowner notified officials that their dog had a tussle with the raccoon, which was then removed from the property, tested, and found positive for rabies. The dog is current on its rabies vaccinations, but out of an abundance of caution, the dog is now under a 45-day informal confinement, and fortunately, no known human contact was made with the raccoon. As a reminder, rabies is almost always fatal if left untreated, particularly once the victim is symptomatic. For more information about rabies control and precautions, please visit the county's website at atlanticcounty.nj.gov or call 609-645-5971.
There is a certain breed of women that want to make raccoons their friends, and I get it. They have those little hands, they're super adorable, but they're wild animals. Do not bring them into your house. Do
Yeah,
not be friends with the raccoons.
I've seen that a lot. Like, I just want a raccoon and be happy. Okay, you better get one as a baby and raise it because you can't bring them inside. You have no idea what's going
I
on
see
with
it a
them.
lot. And how about
Yeah.
squirrels? Squirrels too. I think that's another one. I understand they look cute, but I don't know you want the squirrel in your house.
No, there was like 10 minutes during National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation about how horrible that could possibly be.
No,
That's
I
right.
just I see this and I feel so bad for that dog, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the confinement's like. Does that mean it doesn't have its humans around it? I don't know. I'm very sad about the dog, the whole situation. I'm glad it's up to date with its rabies shot, the dog, and I hope it has a positive outcome. I hope they let us know, but that's sad.
Yeah, it is.
But I feel like it's very early in the year for a rabies shot, a story.
It is unusual in this kind of weather, particularly, but maybe not. You may have noticed outside a lot more birds on the ground recently. And what I read is it's not that they're hungrier than normal, they're thirsty because they can't get any moisture from anything because it's all frozen. So it's entirely possible that you could find more animals trying to get into your trash enclosure or whatever because they need food, which is currently covered, and they need water, which is nowhere to be found.
That's interesting about the water, and I have noticed the birds.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I've noticed a few cats outside, and it just breaks my heart. And they're like
Yeah.
walking on this icy snow, and I'm like,
It's
Yeah.
tough to be out now, for
it
sure.
is.
Yeah.
It really is. Well, to keep the raccoons out of your yard, you need a fence, and we say call Master Wire.
That's right, because for more than 40 years, Masterwire Manufacturing and Fence Company has been providing the South Jersey and tri-state area with residential and commercial fence supplies and services. Whether you're looking for quality products to do it yourself or are in need of a trustworthy fencing company to install your fence, they've got you covered. Masterwire Manufacturing and Fence Company provides the highest quality products and customer service to each and every person who walks through their doors or gives them a call. Contact Masterwire at 609-567-1616 or visit the website at masterwirefence.net.
And we're excited to welcome our newest sponsor to the show, Silvercoin Diner.
That's right, Gina. Located in the heart of South Jersey, between Philadelphia and Atlantic City, the Silver Coin Diner is a family owned restaurant. The Silver Coin has served South Jersey since 1982. It gleams like a 50s diner on the outside and is warm and inviting on the inside. The Silver Coin is famous for serving quality food at family friendly prices. This rock star of a diner is on the cutting edge of restaurant trends, constantly updating its menu and introducing new, healthy specials. Everyone at the Silver Coin is eager to please. So if you are in the area or just passing through, stop in and let them treat you like family. Contact the Silver Coin Diner at 609 561 6974 or visit their website at silvercoindiner.net.
Thank you. So we had a bit of a snow at the end of January, snow and ice. It's still here. It's going to be here for a while. The temps are not rising. All of us have been out driving. Gabe probably driven the most of of the three of us. How do we think the different teams did, county, local, and state, in handling this storm? Gabe, since you go the furthest, how have the roads been everywhere you've been?
Passable on the side streets and things like that, but the main roads are very clear. The county roads and state roads have been great. I traveled the Parkway and different things. They've been clear. I can't speak too much to around the Hammonton area, but I think that they did the best job they could.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I have not been out of town, which is no surprise to anybody. I've been on the Pike, the White Horse Pike. I've been on Bellevue Avenue, 12th Street, a couple of the side streets, 3rd Street, Fairview. The main roads are done well. The side streets are almost as good, but then you had to figure, okay, you got the Pike, that's a state contract, 54 state contract, 13th Street, Central Ave, much of 3rd, that's all county, so they get a little bit more attention, but I think all in all, considering what we got, that it's pretty good. The corners around a lot of places are a little
Sketch?
Yeah, but beyond that, you just take your time.
I
Bad.
think the other thing was they dealt not just with pushing snow, but then that ice
Oh,
came
yeah,
after.
yeah.
And I think that was a different issue.
Yeah.
I will say that I went to physical therapy on Friday, and that parking lot, it was tight because of all the snow banks, because you had to put the snow somewhere. And that was fine. Just be cautious. But I was really disappointed in the parking lot at Walgreens because there really was not an easy way to access getting into the store unless you parked in one area, because they did not clear enough off the sidewalk in front of the store to get in there, which I'm like, people are going in there to get medicine. Maybe they're older. Maybe they're like me, really cautious. Whatever it is, it just was not great. And that was surprising to me because I had been to the ShopRite Plaza earlier in the week. What is that? Peachtree?
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly fine.
Yep.
And a couple other ones, but this one was really not up to par, which is not a municipal or state or county issue. But that one was surprising because they're considering it was healthcare. It's not like I was going to, oh gosh, like a Hallmark or something. I was going to a medical place.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I have not tried to go into Walgreens, but I did try and go to Walmart. And I didn't even make it into the parking lot because that road that runs parallel with the White Horse Pike, I don't know what it's called, but the one like when you come in off the Pike, you make the left to go to Walmart, make the right to go to Taco Bell or wherever.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time that my car slid and ended up sideways on a road. It did on that one, and I am not by any measurable metric a speed demon. I was going like 8 miles an hour.
No.
One
Joe is
lane.
slow and steady.
Yeah.
That
One.
you're saying that's the roadway that goes behind like Applebee's and all that.
Yes. Yes. That
That's
road.
Resort Drive.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Thank you. It was deplorable. One lane was open. One lane, it looked like they just drove over a little bit. It was horrifying. So I'm like, you know what? Nope. And then I just went right back out. And I'm like, I don't need anything from over here for a month. That's why the good Lord invented home delivery.
Yeah. Thank you,
It,
Jeff Bezos.
it all depended on where you went. Bagliani's had a completely clear parking area without even any mounds of snow. It was just completely cleared. So that was good. It depended on where you went.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't blame people who are hibernating. And I will say this, I know that Elmtown had a lot of issues getting their property paved. There's a lot of people online talking about that, getting that cleared out, which is really unfortunate because there's older people that live there, and so they couldn't get out of their houses for a while. And I'm seeing a lot of that. People now can't get out. They couldn't get out of their properties the first week because the snow and the ice, they couldn't break through, and that's scary. And there's a couple of police calls, Hammonton, Winslow, I saw where they had to get in, help people get out, or someone fell. There's some medical emergencies. It's no joke. There's a reason why people move to Arizona and to Florida to avoid this.
I don't know that they're faring so well in Florida at the moment. They've got the
No.
coldest temperatures in the 15 years down there right now.
Yeah, it's been cold. It's been cold in a lot of places that aren't used to it. And a lot of snow in a lot of places that aren't used to it, which I guess includes us these days. What would you say? It's been a good 10 years since we've seen something like this?
I don't remember ever seeing anything like this with the ice on top of it, but at least according to my Facebook memories, 4 years ago, we got close to a foot of snow. But again, there was not 2 inches of ice on top of that, and it's been... I can't remember the last time we saw this level of measurable snowfall and then sustained sub-freezing temperatures where it just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that's true.
Yeah.
Are we getting old, guys, that we're talking this much about the weather? Would we be talking about it this much 25 years ago when we were all working and at the paper and younger and all that?
Every time I mention the blizzard of 96, I feel like an old-timey coal miner.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because normally it would have been 1896. But
it's like, there's a blizzard of 96. I was a young lad. Yeah,
I was stuck in North Carolina.
Crazy.
We were home for 2 days and then went to school.
Yeah. Gabe, were you in Boston or are you?
No, I was in Dallas.
Oh.
Believe it or not, I was at the Eagles game, and then we got stuck there for 4 days. Because we couldn't fly back. And the Eagles lost as well to the Dallas Cowboys. So it was all the way around an interesting trip. But I was recently reminded of it, and it's, that's where I was in 1996. That's 30 years ago.
Yeah. I was in North Carolina because we were coming back from Hilton Head, South Carolina, with a bunch of high school friends, and we got in a little fender bender because people didn't know how to drive in the snow. So we got stuck in North Carolina, and I think I was like the only one with a credit card. I had my mom's credit card on me.
Oh.
So Mommy Rullo paid for the hotel room and everyone's underwear at the Walmart until we got back.
That's great.
Yeah. And of course, my mother would not be my mother. She did say, I told you should have left 2 days before when I told you to.
Yeah.
Good thing
Mother knows best.
She does. She absolutely does. And she always reminds me, and she was right. But how about a good story to melt our cold hearts, Gabe? What do we have going on with the Rising?
The Rising. St. Joe Academy is putting on a nice event. It's at Tavistock Country Club in Haddonfield. Beg your pardon?
Fancy.
Yeah, it is fancy. It's the Rising, April 18th, 2026, and they're honoring Paul Ordille, class of 1978 of St. Joe. And for his lasting impact on their community. And this special evening brings together friends, alumni, supporters for a night of celebration, connection, and Wildcat pride. Guests will enjoy great food, entertainment, and exclusive auction items, all in support of our students and the future of SJA. Be part of an unforgettable night and help make a meaningful impact. The ticket sales will open soon, so stay tuned. But that's April 18th, 2026. at Tavistock Country Club at 6 o'clock p.m., honoring Paul Ordille with dinner, dancing, a live and silent auction, and sharing the vision of St. Joseph Academy, guys.
I don't think you can think about St. Joe without thinking of Paul Ordille, to be very honest.
Nope. No, I agree.
Hard to separate them, that's for sure.
He's a very dedicated volunteer, has raised a lot of money for the school, really believes in it, and has a giant heart. So this is a great honor. I totally think this is a good win.
Yeah, no, I'll second that. And usually these affairs are very nice to attend.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
this
have
should be no different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have not been to this event since it moved to Tavistock, but we have been to it before when it was like at Lucian's, and
Mhm.
I think it had different names, but it's just a great night and a great cause to celebrate. So go out and celebrate Paul Ordille and help raise money for St. Joe Academy. And that's coming right up. If you are looking to make a change with your insurance or looking to buy a different type of insurance, call Michael DeRose at Diversified Insurance.
Absolutely. Diversified for all your commercial and personal insurance needs. They are a value added firm. They provide unsurpassed service, consult with you to determine your needs, and offer you a choice of insurance plans and programs. They are a value hunter who can find you the best combination of coverage, service, and price. Contact them today at 609 567 7771 or visit their website at diversifiedinsuranceofnj.com.
Thank you. And Gabe, you were saying you were at Bagliani's, right? You said the parking lot looks good. How was the
Yeah,
food?
the parking lot looks good, and inside is even better. At Bagliani's Market, they always say, we treat our customers like family, with a variety of custom cut meats, farm fresh produce, delicious cheeses, a full deli, and more. Bagliani's Market has something for everyone. They are famous for their wide variety of authentic Italian specialty products. Try their Italian bread and rolls, prepared foods, and homemade pasta. Follow their social media for weekly loyalty reward promos. Bagliani's Market is located at 417 12th Street in Hammonton. Call 609 561 0693 or visit Facebook and Instagram for more information.
Kramer Hall has an event coming up that might be intriguing to those of us who like to continue to learn.
Absolutely. The Stockton Institute for Lifelong Learning will be hosting the Women's Army Corps during World War II on March 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th from noon to 1 p.m. During World War II, the Women's Army Corps was created to provide critical support on the home front and abroad. Discover the many challenges these military women faced in training and while on duty at locations across the United States and overseas. The course will be taught by Dr. Patty Chapin, PhD, an adjunct professor of arts and humanities and general studies at Stockton University. She is the author of New Jersey, Women During World War II, on the Home Front and Abroad. Tuition for each course is $45, but courses are free for Atlantic County residents ages 60 and over.
It sounds like a
I've re-
good time. And Patty, we've met. She lives in town, or she used
Mm-hmm.
to. She's very intelligent.
Yes. And I'm sorry, go ahead, Gabe.
No, I was going to say, I've read her book. It's excellent.
Yeah.
And it really delves into that whole era in a great way.
Yeah, and I don't know how many people out there are aware of this, considering at least where I work, I can account for at least 2 or 3 of my residents who were members of the Women's Army Corps. So it's not like this is something that just skirted by Hammontonians were members of the Women's Army Corps. So this sounds like a cool course.
Yeah, I would do it if time was better, but it's just not a good time for me. But I think it's be really good. I think it'd be great to engage with Patty, have those conversations about it,
Yeah.
and really get going. Another Hammontonian is receiving a nice honor for his work in the field of agriculture.
That's right, Gina. Brandon Raso of Atlantic County, New Jersey, has been selected as a national winner in the 2026 National Outstanding Young Farmer Awards Convention, which will be celebrated the first week of February this week in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Raso was the recipient of the Outstanding Young Farmer Award and was honored at the 2026 New Jersey State Agricultural Convention for this accomplishment. He was awarded due to his dedication to agriculture as a new generation farmer in the New Jersey blueberry industry, successfully operating an approximate 800 acres of blueberries and producing between 3.5 to 5 million pounds each year, according to the release. So congratulations to Brandon Raso. That's a high honor.
Agreed. Absolutely.
That's so cool. I love that for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to see this got it on the state level, now the national, he's being nominated, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But it's a nice win, everything for him and his family, Variety Farms, just exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on that.
And just realize that we will never qualify for Young Farmer Joe because we are now old. We talk about the weather. And the blizzard of 96.
Yeah. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm gonna be. I don't even remember how old I'm gonna be this year. 48. I'm gonna be 48 this year. Oh my God, I've earned it. Yeah.
You have
There's
to.
nothing wrong with it. And listen, they're all good birthdays, guys. Let's
Yeah.
face it.
You know what? 2.5 more years, I can join the canoe club.
You can
That's
join ARP right now. You don't have to be 50 to join.
One thing at a time. ARP can't teach me how to play pinochle.
There you go.
But you can get Paramount Plus when you get a Walmart Plus subscription, which you can get half price with ARP.
Are you a spokesperson for ARP now?
No, I'm just saying I like to extol the benefits because my friends make fun of me because I'm not 50 and I have an ARP card and I do it for the discounts and they get mad at me.
Out of curiosity, how
I do.
much is a membership in ARP, and does that justify the discounts that you get across the board?
I think it was like $20
Per year or per month?
per year.
Oh.
It was not bad. I don't remember how much. It was not
Okay.
bad. I joined. Gabe and I both joined.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we get these fine discounts.
And then I had Paramount Plus, and then I saw that I wanted Walmart Plus, and Walmart Plus was like $100. I got it for 50 through ARP, and then it gave me Paramount Plus for free, so I didn't have to pay $15 a month anymore for Paramount Plus.
So there's your metric.
Yeah.
Vanity discounts. Trump vanity. If you're gonna play pinochle, there's
Man,
some Trump for you.
I'm wearing a Mr. Rogers shirt and a 40-year-old cardigan. I got no vanity about me. Discounts I enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, now I have not signed up for Consumer
That's facts.
Cellular. I'm not there yet, despite what Ted Danson might tell me.
Speaking of vanity, that man had the most famous hairpiece on television for a decade.
That's true.
That's not real?
No.
You didn't see the episode of Cheers where he took off his hairpiece and showed Carla?
No.
Oh, that was some fine television right there.
Now I have to YouTube that. Okay.
Yeah, that was 30 years ago. More.
Probably
More.
Anyway.
Probably
all right.
40.
Close.
I'm just going to sit here as the ground reclaims me. It's fine.
The ground may reclaim him, and that's I might have to call the Biblioseptic for a good pump out if that happens.
Yeah, sure, because D'Amiglio Septic and Quality Sanitation are here for a variety of services, including septic pump out, grease trap service, high pressure jetting, portable toilets, and more. Call 609-561-3597 or go to DemiglioSeptic.com for D'Amiglio Septic, or call 609-561-4666 for quality sanitation. Experience the D'Amiglio difference, a promise of superior service, quality, and reliability.
It really is a winter wonderland out there, and Batsto wants to take you for a walk.
They do. On February 14th and 15th, there will be free revolutionary Batsto walking tours of Batsto Village. Spend your President's Day weekend, including Valentine's Day, exploring Batsto Village and learning about its 18th and 19th century history. These all-ages tours begin behind the Visitor Center with stops throughout the village, and interpreters will share stories from the village's Iron Era to the present as they lead visitors through the ways that Batsto participated in the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, and more. The tours are roughly 75 to 90 minutes, but they begin promptly at 10 and 1 p.m., and reservations are not required. Also, while you're there, the Batsto Post Office will be open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and you can bring postcards or envelopes, or they sell postcards, and you can get a hand-canceled Batsto postmark just as if it was 1852. Batsto Mansion will also be open from 11 to 3, and tickets are not required.
It sounds like a nice day, but it sounds very cold.
It does sound cold, but I may actually check that out. I'm thinking about going on the 14th. The hell else I got going on? So.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know, Joe. Put the call out here on the Oddcast. Maybe something will happen.
Maybe someone will join me. Yeah.
What could happen to Travis Kelce? Put the call out. You know what I mean? Ended up
There
with
you
a
go.
fiance. You could
Very
end up with one
similar.
too.
I believe Travis Kelce has a larger wallet than I do, at any rate.
Speaking of football, Gabe, tell us,
Since we're
the
talking about
non-football
that,
people, what's happening with the Super Bowl? Because we know nothing that you
the
don't.
Yeah.
Super Bowl is February 8th. Okay, for those of you who are not football inclined, it's the Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. The Seahawks are favored
Boo!
by 4.5 points, and the over/under is set at 45.5. That's as of this recording that we're doing on February 1st. So
Okay.
let's just keep that in mind.
Betting
Um,
lines are subject to change based on market action. We know.
Okay, so there you go. And the quarterbacks are the focus, as always. Drake May has been a standout for the Patriots. So is Sam Darnold of the Seahawks. And a little side note, just that's interesting, head coach of the Patriots, Mike Vrabel, could be the first person to win a Super Bowl as a player and a coach of the same football franchise. It's never been done before. Be interesting if they do win. He would be the first to win both as a player and a coach for the same team.
Wow.
Go West Coast Birds.
There you go.
And is a Seahawk even a real bird?
Who cares?
Hey, come on. The Seahawks
Go Birds,
celebrate
West
their
Coast.
50th anniversary this year, so it's their 50th year, 50 years in the league,
Oh, well,
and
football's
it's
not fixed.
and it's Super Bowl 60.
Yeah, football's not fixed. No.
Yeah, we are under an obligation living in this area to root for whoever is playing against the Patriots. So
I
Go
feel that way
Birds.
when anybody plays the Yankees. Anyone who's playing against the Yankees, I root for.
It's great. It should be a great game.
I
So
love
that's
the Super Bowl for the commercials. Have you seen the one yet they've been teasing for Pepsi and the polar bear?
No,
no,
I
that's interesting.
haven't.
Oh, it's a total like stick it to Coke, and there's Pepsi, there's a polar bear. There might even be like a Coldplay reference, concert reference, according to what I've seen online.
Interesting.
So
Have you seen the one being teased with William Shatner for Raisin Bran?
he's still alive?
Ouch.
No, but Raisin Bran was my brother's favorite cereal, so now I have to watch that too.
Yeah, they're definitely employing double entendres in a play on words with his last name. Is that- yeah,
Bran, fiber does things for you.
Shat on the roof. Yes,
Yeah.
these are all in the teaser of the commercial that I've seen. They're having a good time with it, and I guess Captain Kirk's going to be what 94, 95 this year. He's just whatever. Just give me the check and let's do this. But what I've seen of the teaser is hysterical.
Oh,
And
now I got to find that too. I got so much to look forward to this weekend.
yeah,
The Budweiser commercial should be interesting. That's been teased too. They're 150 this year.
oh wow,
And
It's
a
their
little
Sesame Centennial.
Yes, it's their
Yes, it
Sesame
is.
Centennial. And if you follow these things, Lincoln, the Philadelphia Eagles' actual physical animal eagle, will be featured in the commercial.
Really?
Along with, so you'll have the Clydesdales, but you'll also have a little local angle with Lincoln, the eagle from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ladies love
Nice.
Lincoln.
Yeah,
They do. So that'll be good.
So that's Sunday, February 8th. I can't wait. And then there's good snacks. You know what I mean? Bring on the nachos, the potato skins, the buffalo chicken dip, all that stuff.
yeah,
Everybody likes something.
yeah. Wings, you
Ugh,
name it.
wings.
Fries galore. Anything fried at that point. Health doesn't matter.
You say that a lot as a man with diabetes. It makes me really worried. Okay, we'll see what happens to Joe. We will see what happens to Joe.
Moderation.
Gabe, if we decide to venture outside of our homes and want to take advantage of fun things going on, what's going on with the community calendar?
The community calendar, first of all, is brought to you by Rocco's Townhouse. And Rocco's Townhouse prides themselves on being a spot where everyone can meet and eat. Delicious appetizers, entrees, burgers, and more, along with a full bar and plenty of craft beers on tap. Remember, everyone meets at the Townhouse, 21 North 3rd Street in Hammonton. Call them at 609-561-9384 or visit roccostownhouse.com. And now the Rocco's Townhouse community calendar. Let's take a look at what's coming up around South Jersey. History, breakfast, bingo, and a little old school swagger. Let's go. So Thursday, February 5th, serving Atlantic County An inside look at the county clerk's office will be held at the Canoe Club at Hammonton Lake Park. That is at 6 p.m. on February 5th. It's free and open to the public, no RSVP required. Atlantic County Clerk Joseph Girallo, a lifelong Hammonton resident, gives an inside look at how the clerk's office works, from elections and public records to property fraud protection and the history of Atlantic County itself. Light refreshments will be served, and it's a great chance to connect with local history right where it happened. And if you like learning something new without taking a test, this one's for you. On Sunday, February 15th, in Skip Antlers, all you can eat breakfast will be held from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. at 729 Piney Hollow Road in Winslow. Start your day the right way: eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, fried potatoes, coffee, and juice, all included. Adults are $12, kids $7, and children 2 and under eat free. Come hungry, leave happy, possibly need a nap. And speaking of Sunday plans, Sunday, February 15th also has Sal the Voice Valentinetti at 2 p.m. at the Broadway Theater of Pittman. From America's Got Talent to Broadway style classics, Sal the Voice Valentinetti brings Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Tony Bennett vibes with modern swagger, smooth vocals, big personality, and a perfect matinee show if you like your Sundays classy with a side of charisma. But don't put your bingo daubers away just yet. Saturday, February 21st, Radix Elementary PTA presents Designer Bag Bingo from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Elm Fire Hall, 569 White Horse Pike in Hammonton. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. Bingo starts at 7 p.m. 10 games, door prizes, raffles, 50-50, and designer bags from Coach, Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Mark Jacobs, Tory Burch, and more. It's bingo, but make it fashion. And that's this week's Rocco's Townhouse Community Calendar, because if it's happening around here, we want you there.
I love bingo, so sign me up for that. Maybe I'll go do that if the weather's okay. And of course, the Inskip Antlers breakfast, that's rescheduled. They changed the date because of the weather, so it might be worthy.
Yeah, just might.
It's good that they're going to get that in.
Yeah.
It's always a nice event.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we saw the death of Catherine O'Hara, best known for her work on Beetlejuice, Home Alone, and of course Schitt's Creek. I think I texted you both when I saw the news alert. Very upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was 71 is young, and it just makes me think about how young she was when I was first introduced to it on a show called SCTV, Second City Television,
Yeah.
and which was a sort of Canadian, Chicagoan Saturday Night Live. Yeah,
John Candy, Joe Flaherty,
Joe
Eugene Levy.
Flaherty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew. There was a whole cast of different people in SCTV. Martin Short, I think, started there. Yeah, if you look back, actors and a lot of great people, and Catherine O'Hara stood out among a standout cast. And then later, of course, the career that she had that Gina just enumerated, she was really something to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just it didn't matter what the role was. Everything that she did, she shined in. She was extraordinary.
In Schitt's Creek, oh my god, her wigs, her delivery, her
Yeah.
vocabulary, Bombangule David, or folded in, just so many lines, like so great. I also think of The Mighty Wind, which is a great movie. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, any of the Christopher Guest films. Waiting for
Oh my.
Guffman, she was great in. I think she was in Best of Show also.
Yep,
We were
as well.
Yeah.
Yep, just great actress who really made a mark. And I think it's interesting in her passing, you saw how many people, how she was literally universally beloved by
Yeah.
both the acting community, but also just all the fans.
her work, Beetlejuice, Home Alone, the way she screams Kevin is so iconic.
Yeah, and
Just great.
even in Beetlejuice, like she stepped back into the skin of that character like no time had passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just great, and what a loss, talent. And I remember being younger and hearing my parents talk about losing their favorite actors and actresses. And I'm like, you're at this age where you're like losing the generation above us. And okay, we start losing a lot of the Gen X actors. I'm going to lose my mind. I know it.
Yeah. It's like I said, 71 is young in
Yeah.
my view, and I just it's starting to you're getting into iconic actors and actresses who were from that 80s and 90s era now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's while they're not Gen X themselves, they certainly influenced the entertainment we as Gen Xers watched religiously when we were kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last week, we also saw the launch of season 4 and the first half of the episodes of Bridgerton. I know you both are avid fans.
Sorry. Yeah, we're at a loss on this one. We're going to let you take this one.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was not happy with the second half of season 3, so I didn't even really finish it because they just departed too far from the book.
Oh,
Season 1 was excellent. Season 2, fantastic. Season 3, a lot of promise. Did a bad job, in my opinion, in the way they handled the characters. Not a fan. So season 4, I begrudgingly watched because, of course, I was peer pressured into it by my friends who were watching it, my sister-in-law, and I was like, anything you want, Janine, I'll watch it. And I'm only through the second episode, so yeah, I'm not doing well with it. So it's okay. It's not great, but the costuming is beautiful.
Okay. There's that.
But it's just not holding my attention like the first 2 seasons did. So, not feeling it this year. But people are excited, so good for Netflix, good for them.
Yeah.
And Shondaland. We also have the
listen,
Oscars coming up.
enjoy.
If
We
you
do
like
have
the Oscars, and I love the fashion and the chaos that goes on with that. Have you guys seen any of the Oscar movies out there?
surprisingly no.
No.
Watching Frankenstein has been on my list for a while.
I said it was amazing.
Yeah, I have heard wonderful things about it. And I am also, I want to see Sinners because I've seen clips here and there on
Yeah.
TikTok and it looks extraordinary. And I believe that is now the most nominated film in Oscar history.
That's
Really?
correct. That's
Yes,
correct. Is it 16 nominations, Joe? I think something like that.
16 or 13, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it now has, yeah, I think 16. Yes, a record 16 nominations for an individual movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
And
next one behind it is 13, but
I mean,
that's it's
it's
like almost every category.
it's the
yeah,
98th annual Oscars. It's hosted by Conan O'Brien. It'll be March 15th on ABC and Hulu. You have some great actors nominated. You think about like Elle Fanning, Tiana Taylor, Kate Hudson, Emma Stone. These are some of the names that you hear that are nominated on the women's side. And then, of course, you have Leonardo DiCaprio, Jacob Elordi, Timothy Chalamet, Ethan Hawke, who my high school life would love to see him win, but not my adult person. Michael B. Jordan, love him. Benicio del Toro. So there's some great names. Stellan Skarsgård, Sean Penn. Can't believe he's still around. It's great, but I don't know. None of these movies really pushed me to go see it. Again, heard Frankenstein was great. Marty Supreme's supposed to be excellent, but no, none of them are doing it for me.
Yeah,
it's
I will.
weird.
Go ahead. My apologies.
Well, I was just going to say there was a time when I would have watched every movie that was
Same.
up for an Oscar.
Yeah.
And now it's just now again, we're not maybe the key demographic for these movies. I don't know. But I will say it is interesting to see how it's changed in 30 years or 20 years that now it's I don't know, it'd be lucky if I watched one of the movies that was nominated for Best Picture. I mean, it's just changed. You were gonna say, Joe, what's up?
I like along those lines. Normally, I would have seen most of these at one point in my life, but now, like I said, I still want to see Sinners and Frankenstein, and there's nothing really stopping me. All I have to do is press a couple of buttons on my remote, and it beams right into my living room. But I enjoy the fact that you have one, possibly two, depending on how you categorize Frankenstein, horror pictures nominated for Best Picture. I enjoy that because Sinners is in the horror genre, and Frankenstein is a mixture of sci-fi or horror, depending on who handles it. But I that you have two horror pictures nominated for Best Picture. That hasn't happened since the 30s.
Look at you
Wow.
finding a silver lining.
See that? Good job.
Since we won't be wearing our Eagles gear next Sunday, maybe we should be wearing our Oddcast gear as the Super Bowl is playing.
Yes, absolutely, you should. And since you will probably be watching it indoors at home, you could wear a hat, which is fine as long as you're home, because we've got those. We've got hats, we've got t shirts, we've got mugs like you see every week. We've got hoodies, we've got pullover hoodies, zip up hoodies, classic crewneck sweatshirts. We've got all of that and more at jersey-oddcast.printify.me.
That brings us to our Oddcast Odd Poll. So, how are you going to be watching the Super Bowl next Sunday? Are you going to be sitting at the couch yelling at the TV? Not that I've ever seen Gabe do that. You'll be stopping by a couple different parties. Are you just going to buy your weight in chicken wings and potato skins and just be there for the food? Or you're not really going to be watching the game. That's for bathroom breaks and you're just there for the commercials. What is your vote? I'll go first. I am
You
going to be
got it.
watching the commercials. That's all I care about.
Yeah, you're not a football fan per se.
No, I'm
I'm
not allowed to be.
I'm probably not even going to watch it, truthfully. I don't have any skin in this game. Okay, like if the Eagles were in, I'd watch it. We got the West Coast Birds versus the Patriots, so I'll look for updates online as maybe I'll watch Frankenstein or Sinners. Who knows?
Could be. I don't know. I'll watch the game, and I'll watch the commercials, obviously, as well. So that's not quite. I don't think we have that option in the odd poll, but I'll say I'll be on the couch watching the game.
Fair. Thank you for that. If your business or if your home needs a clean out, there is one company we recommend to call for dumpster service.
And that's United Roll Off. Looking for fast, reliable dumpster service? Call United Roll Off Service and Recycling LLC. Family owned by the Raso family and proudly serving South Jersey since 1999. 3 generations strong, United Roll Off is your local solution for household cleanouts, construction debris, concrete, and yard waste with 11, 20, and 30-yard dumpsters ready when you need them. Serving Hammonton and all of Atlantic, Burlington, Camden, Cumberland, and Gloucester counties, they've got the size, service, and local touch you can trust. Visit them at 735 Wilsey's Mill Road, Hammonton, or call 609 561 8287 to get started today. United Roll Off, local, loyal, and ready to haul.
So I was sitting on the couch snuggling with our dog Fenway, and I was like, you know what? The Golden Doodle should really be the state dog of New Jersey. So then I was like, let me see what the state dog is, because if I had to get a campaign going, I want to be able to do it, because not every state has a state dog. But then I was like, oh, okay, they have a state dog, and I can't top it. So I thought I'd make it the Oddcast Oddfact for the week, because New Jersey's state dog isn't a breed, it's a purpose. In January 2020, New Jersey officially named the Seeing Eye dog as the state dog, honoring guide dogs trained for people who are blind or visually impaired. And here's the Jersey part. The Seeing Eye is based in Morristown and has been training guide dogs since 1929, the first school of its kind in the world. Every Seeing Eye dog is trained in New Jersey before being paired with someone across the US or Canada, helping provide mobility, independence, dignity, and confidence. Every Seeing Eye dog has a Jersey connection, so that makes it the Jersey Oddcast Oddfact. So yeah, our state dog isn't about looks, it's about impact. Sorry, Fenway. And that's your Oddcast Oddfact.
That is odd,
I
but
did
it's
not
good.
I did not know that, and I'm looking up here we go. There was a movie in 1984 on the Disney Channel, Love Leads the Way. And that was about legal barriers for the blind in the 1930s, and it was about a guy and his seeing eye dog. And I never really paid attention whether or not it took place in New Jersey. But since my sister and I watched Love Leads the Way whenever it came on television, I can sign off on the purpose of the state dog, because that's cool, and I didn't know that they all had a New Jersey connection. I
No,
had
I
no
didn't
idea.
either. I just found that out by Googling what is New Jersey state dog, and it came up. And I was like, oh, Fenway's out. You know what I mean? It's just trying to do something nice for my dog. But so, Joe, is it going to be walking around weather the rest of the week? What do we got?
I suppose that is a matter of perspective, really, but since you
Fair.
asked, it sounds like it is time for the Oddcast Forecast, according to the app on my smartphone, and sponsored by Ben Castone Landscaping. Call Ben Castone for all your landscaping needs at 609-561-3452. They're here to keep your yard looking great no matter what the season, and if nothing else, it is not going to be as horrifying as it has been. Comparatively, with some of the single-digit temperatures that we had a couple of days ago, it's going to feel downright balmy. Wednesday, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. We're looking at a high of 35 and a low of 16.
Wow.
Thursday, mixture of clouds and sun, high of 34, low of 13. Friday, cloudy, possibility, very small possibility of flurries that night. Who can tell this far out? High of 34 and a low of 17. So at the very least, we're having above freezing, not greatly above, but at least we're breaking that barrier slightly. So there's that.
That's good to know. And something to look forward to, that there's no precipitation in our future.
Thank heavens.
How about if people want to get in touch with us, find us, what can they do?
They can email us at jerseyoddcast@gmail.com. Call us at 609-444-6178. Listen to us on YouTube or their favorite podcast service. Visit our socials on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, or TikTok, or visit our website, jerseyoddcast.com.
Thanks, Joe. We'll be back next week with more chaos, commentary, and community, because someone's got to do it. Have a wonderful week.
Have a good week.
Long. Take care.